work for KADE, Carry Action for Development Education. It's based in Tralee. We normally talk to students like yourselves about human rights, about fair trade, about a whole lot of things. But today, we will talk to you mainly about refugees and asylum seekers in Ireland and what sort of human rights they deserve, what sort of human rights they are getting or not getting in this country. Come here, grab a pen and write down everything that you think about or you imagine when you see that phrase there. I'm not asking you to tell me who an asylum seeker is or just anything that comes into your mind when you see that word or even this phrase or even this one. Go on, I know you've heard this before. So start writing quick.
On behalf of KADE to come and do this session, like as she said, it's really good to see somebody from outside to come and give talks like this. The students will value it more than if it was the teacher in here, so that is more valuable. And the question having come out, the myth about asylum seeker, they come for jobs here, they look for advices, which is not right. At least I'm happy and delighted that the kids at least have gone with some message, which they will tell to their parents as well. Let them know, educate more about what asylum seeker and refugee means in that capacity.
Okay, we have jobs here, excellent. We have people from a different country, yes. People who give people advice, yes. I actually like that. Anything else? Come on, anything else? Yes.
Better life.
Better life. Okay? Keep talking. Better life. What else?
A lot of them are very rural. They're very young as well. They were 12 and 13. From rural backgrounds, most of them from farming backgrounds, and they don't get a chance to meet people from other countries. Our catchment area tends to be very local, and for them to hear people and the problems and issues they have in other countries, and the problems and the issues they would have in even getting here, and then the long extended system that they have to get them from the asylum seeker to refugee status would be an absolute shock to them. Now, we did cover it in the book, but I can see from that it glossed over them. They knew it on the day of the class, but they didn't really get what was happening. And from the way it was explained today, they could see that, you know, it's a very long drawn-out process, and the idea that people are certainly not coming here for jobs, because they're very clear that people who come here in that system, that they do not work immediately and have to wait a long, long time, up to 12 years, would have been a huge revelation for them. All those stories would go home this evening. So again, for them and the families, it's great for them to see that, and they need more of it. I think in schools we need people coming in more so than we have at the moment, because they see a range of teachers and that's fine, but I mean, they won't remember what I say, but they will remember what they heard today.
Most of the world's refugees are in Europe. Is that true or false? Most of the world's refugees are in Europe. True or false?
Well, I should say people coming in at more frequent intervals, because again, with the CISP programme, there are lots of different areas within it. There's 7 different areas that we cover, and if we could have people from outside coming in to present on all the different areas, I think the students would get an awful lot out of it. Because, you know, they see us every week and we have a lovely time with the students. They get a lot out of the class, but they'll get more if they could see outside presenters coming in. I think they'd remember it better, and at the end of the 3 years for the junior cert, they have to do an exam and complete a project, and I think for them it would just be better if they could see an array of people presenting and not just the teacher.
Everybody here is saying it's false. Yeah. Okay, yes, the answer is false. Only 6% of the world's refugees are in Europe. That means the rest of them, the 94%, are not in Europe. They are in other parts of the world. Okay. On what Patricia has said, I think it's important for KADE as well as an organization to get invited in schools like we came in here today, because it's not only for us maybe to talk about our own experiences as asylum seekers or refugees. There's a whole range of other topics that KADE covers, like fair trade, like, I mean, human rights in general, like anti-racism, like poverty in general. And I think it's important for children to grow up knowing and able to ask questions about why some of these things happen, because really they shouldn't happen. And if you don't get to talk to other people and hear another perspective, sometimes you lose out on very valuable information. But also more than that, the work of KADE really is rooted in the idea that we are now living in a global village, as they say. We are all very interdependent. We're not only interdependent as people, but we are also interdependent even with the environment within which we live. And the sooner we realize that, the sooner we will maybe find sustainable ways of developing, sustainable ways of living with one another and tolerating one another, and living in a positive manner, if I can put it that way.